What's up, guys? Welcome to a new series where I want to show you guys how we find deals and flip properties. But it all starts with prospecting, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this episode. So come along, jam-packed. What do you got to say, Ray?
We've got some leads, so we're going to follow up with them, door knock them, see who's home, see who's not, leave them flyers, and hopefully they call back.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're first stop, San Mateo. We're going to check this house out. We think maybe the buyer or the owner ran out of money while he was building his luxury lakeside property, but we'll see. I think it's vacant. So we'll try to get in.
Might be this one right here, the gray one. Oh yeah, with notice of violation tags.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's the one.
Good sign, good sign. Looking pretty good. I like the view, like the water. I just don't like the fact that it's kind of like a duet. Duets where like a house is kind of like two houses are stuck together, so it's kind of like a townhouse. But you know, let's see. For the right price, we buy everything.
It's March. It says you can't occupy the property. The structure is unsafe, so I don't know. What's the other sign say?
That's a good sign. That's what we like to hear. When a property is unsafe, that means we're gonna pay you a little less. So look, here's a tip, guys. Every city, they have a notice of violation. Basically like this, where they condemn the building or they say it's unsafe. There's usually a person in charge. You get that person's name, you build a relationship with them, so that every time they red tag a building or they red tape it, whatever you want to call it, they call you, and then you go out there and try to find the owner and negotiate a deal to buy the property and bring it up to code and obviously sell the property or keep it or wholesale it. The property doesn't look too bad. I mean, typically all this stuff you guys can really just pull the list and call people directly, but since it's kind of local to our neighborhood, we like to go out, take a look at the property, see what we're actually dealing with. Saves time so that when we have a conversation with the owners or the seller, it's just a more impactful conversation. All right, so obviously they boarded up everything. Doesn't look like we can knock on the doors. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to leave any flyers here. But here's what we're gonna do. You don't just give up. Since you're already out here, I'm gonna talk to the neighbor to the left. I'm gonna talk to the neighbor to the right, and we're gonna figure out if they have the number to the seller or if they know what's going on, so we can get a little bit more of the backstory. Ready? Let's knock on this door. Hi. Hi. Sorry, not here to bother you, but do you know what's happening with this house?
I don't know.
You want to sell the house? Where does he live? Oh, you quit? Really? You never sell it? What did he do? He do all the construction and then, oh my God. Not easy for you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to try to buy the house.
Yeah.
You want to sell your house?
No.
Okay, do you know anybody want to sell? All right, thank you. With all the jungle. Oh, crap, get in here before I let go. Look, imagine if that's your neighbor, look how nice his neighbor house is. Yeah. And then your house is attached to this junker.
Yeah, and look at this location too. Like,
bro, look how sick it is. You can bring a boat. And you just bring the boat out.
You get a violations list from the city or the county, and you know, start finding those people and their phone numbers and track them down.
What program do you use?
Use PropStream to track down the owner if they're not, occupying the property. They might live somewhere else or have a different mailing address. We use white pages to skip trace them, or True People Search. There's a bunch of free ones out there, and you can also pay for skip tracing too. There's batchskiptracing.com and probably a lot of other skip tracing services as well.
See, but talking to the neighbors, we have now found out that the seller of this place, well, not a seller, he's an owner. Yeah. We're gonna convert him into selling it, but he lives in a car. So that's something good to know, because then in the conversation, we got to sell him the dream. Like, hey, do you want to keep living in the car, or can we put some money in your pocket so you can go buy another house and live in it, you know? Now let's go talk to that neighbor.
So what happened is the house was like falling apart.
Right.
And like 7 years ago, or 6 years ago, he took the back off of it.
Is he a contractor at all? Or?
No, he has no fucking idea what he's doing.
You say he's kind of crazy?
Oh, he's batshit crazy. And I came home and the house was like completely filled with smoke. And I guess he was welding in the interior wall and he'd started a huge fire.
Look, end of the day, you got to talk to the neighbors, because the neighbors are probably going to give you a little bit more of a backstory that will allow you to craft a better conversation when you're talking to the seller. some people get lazy and they just want to call him. So now I know he's crazy. Now I know he thinks his dad's spirit is in the tree. So I have to take all these things into account when I'm having a conversation with him and reassure him that, like, we'll let this legacy live on, or we'll let your father tree thrive. We'll work that out into the conversation. And ultimately, you just got to make sure that you're really attacking their why when you're having this conversation. So let's go. Let's get it.
Hello, this is John.
Hey John, my name is Brian. I was just driving down Foster City and I was at the Department of Building, and they told me that you might be in need of some money to finish your house. Is that true?
Yeah.
How much you thinking you need for this one?
Anywhere from 150 to 200,000 would be safe, and then I would return the remainder.
Okay, and then what kind of scope of work does it need? Like a kitchen, bathroom? I see that it's all boarded up.
Yeah, so it's on the water side. You can't see it unless you walk through the breezeway,
Oh crap, get in here before I let go of this stuff. Okay.
which you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
I removed all the exterior siding and some of the inside drywall and some of the insulation, and replaced all the electrical and the deck joists.
So you need about 150,000 to be safe. Is the house
Yeah.
currently paid off?
Is not paid off. So I have a mortgage and a construction loan, which got consolidated into one loan today or tomorrow.
Okay, got it. And
And the proceeds of that,
okay, so you owe $1 million. What's your plan after it's all done and remodeled?
it depends on how much money is left, and it depends on the pay rate of my new job.
Do you plan on keeping the house, or after it's done, do you plan on selling it or refinancing it? Well,
That's what I implied just now, what I said.
Okay, so refinance?
No, I said it depends.
It just depends. What is there a number in mind? Like if somebody were to offer you something, would you sell it, or do you absolutely want to fix the property and then figure it out from there?
Yeah, I have not received any offers for the appraised value minus the cost to fix it. That's the only way I would sell it.
Oh, I'm actually looking at it. 1.679732 is what Redfin's saying it's worth right now. So about 1.4, it looks like. About 1.4, you sell it?
No.
All right. Well, I'll do this. I'll follow up with you in the next couple of days, if that's okay. And we'll kind of discuss a little bit more about how much you need once you kind of get all this paperwork finalized, it sounds like. And we'll go from there. How's that?
Okay.
All right, John. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. Ultimately, we're just gathering information, right? That's why you have to do lead follow-up. I don't think he's realistic today. It doesn't sound like there's a lot that we can do. He's got all this appraisal mumbo jumbo crappy. He doesn't even have enough money to do the remodel. I don't even know if he's getting the money. If this guy is crazy, like the neighbors have said, I don't think anybody's gonna give this guy money.
Yeah.
You know? So we're gonna give it a couple days. We're gonna follow up until he gets desperate, and we'll get back in and we'll try to do a deal. But right now, 1.4 for this house, no freaking way.
He seems pretty
And
confident.
I threw out a number and I said 1.4, and he didn't even want to go for it. So sometimes you got to understand that you just don't have a realistic seller, and I'm not going to sit on the phone for an hour try to beat him up on the price. Let's just let it play out. We're going to put this all into the CRM, right? And we're going to follow up with him weekly and figure out where he's going to go. But there's no way in hell. We just found out he's living in a truck and he's at Starbucks using the Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. This guy doesn't have money, so you wait long enough, we'll grab the deal.
He might not even qualify for that
He's
$100,000.
not qualifying for
loan.
any loan right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, get in the car, PJ. Let's rock and roll.
Do you guys want to try the Starbucks?
Yeah, let's go to the
He might be there.
Hey, look, can you imagine if because it was a green van, but that's a green Range Rover? What if that was him? Look at that green Range Rover,
Yeah.
sick, Matt Green.
Then he took the loan money, bro, and just spent it on a car.
Blew it.
No way.
Is that him? Yo, I got an idea. I'm gonna I drink, I'm gonna put the order under John. Ice. Name is John. I might be over there when you guys call it out. You guys wanna call it out kind of loud? Yeah, I'm gonna be buying some pizza.
And
Plan failed. That's not John. He didn't turn his head when the guy called out John. Whatever. I got a good coffee though.